Like, what's bubbling up around psilocybin right now?
It is all the rage here. Everyone is, not everyone, a lot of people are, especially in the psychedelic space and where I am, are very excited about it. I think that there's a lot in this community that really needs to be paid attention to, and especially around the indigenous voices and indigenous reciprocity and working with these medicines. And there's a lot in the training courses kind of like pushing this idea that this is a tool and this is just something else to have in your toolbox for a client. And like, we don't think of that like, this is not like that at all. Psilocybin is a spirit, and it's an essence, and it's a plant being, and we're engaging with this medicine teacher that is ancient, right? Yeah, and there are clinics everywhere. It's like the Wild West, unfortunately, right now with ketamine. Right? It's like there are many different people who just open up a ketamine clinic because they see it as a way to make money, but there's a lot that's being missed in those spaces, and no real support for people, no real preparation. Just come in, get some ketamine, go on a journey, and leave. No integration afterwards. And
Integration, I was going to say that's a critical part.
An important part.
Critical piece. And it's, ketamine, you can get benefit by going in and not having the preparation or the integration. Like, it does still help people, but there's a huge missed opportunity when people just go in without the preparation, go in without someone being in the room with them and helping them in that experience. And also, obviously, the lack of integration is a problem. My favorite use is suicidality, because it is a miracle medicine for people with suicidality. I've seen it help so many people. Like, it's night and day. I think of the suicidality as kind of like a thought loop, and ketamine is this like big golden scissor that goes in and cuts the loop. I've seen it so many times. It's really unreal, and it's unreal that it's not first line therapy for people who struggle with suicidality.
Yeah.
But in general, I think it's for the human condition, honestly. I think, stuff has happened to all of us, and many of us, when there's some sort of trauma, whatever it is, we just kind of lock it away and push it away. And then it manifests in all these different ways, right? OCD, PTSD, depression, all the things. But it's all just a manifestation of something that we don't want to look at or can't get to. I think so. Right now, what's happening in the ketamine community is that there is a lot of ketamine microdosing that's happening now. And ketamine is not like psilocybin, right? So people are not getting addicted to psilocybin or LSD or yahe or the psychedelics that we work with, but people can get addicted to ketamine. And so in my medical opinion, I think that microdosing ketamine, there is a concern, because what happens with ketamine is that there's a tolerance that develops, and then you have to do more. So these companies that are giving people ketamine to microdose, it's daily ketamine. You do daily ketamine and like drive your car. I don't know how any of this works, right? So, and then you're requiring more and more ketamine, and then that has to increase the potential for addiction, and it has to increase the potential for adverse effects, right? So what's happening with ayahuasca is that it's coming out of the jungle, and it is coming all over our country. And here in Colorado, DMT is decriminalized. So there are places that serve ayahuasca here. So that's there aren't like DMT clinics or anything like that, but there are a lot of churches and places that are serving ayahuasca. It's a very different experience to have that here in downtown Denver, where there's sirens and,
I wouldn't even want to do it.
Versus being in the jungle, and being in the jungle where the medicine grows wild, where when you're with indigenous peoples that have been trained in this medicine, to work with this medicine since they were 6 years old.
That's crazy. Wow.
And yeah, it's a very different experience. Who you drink ayahuasca with is a very important thing to pay attention to. Psilocybin is a spirit, and it's an essence, and it's a plant being, and we're engaging with this medicine teacher that is ancient, right? And it's connecting us back to our knowing and our ability to remember who we are and why we're here and what we're doing and what happened to us, right? And it helps us to really shine a light on the shit that happened to us. Am I allowed to curse here? Sorry.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, sure.
We encourage
Yeah, it really shines a light on, our story and what happened, and are we caught up in the story? So many of us just lead from this like narrative that, blaming all these other people. Psilocybin is about forgiveness and moving on, and not just like dwelling in this story of what we think happened.
Thanks for joining us on the Healthcare Uprising. Make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons before you go, and take a moment to think of a friend and hit that share button. You can find us on all the major audio platforms, and we've got video on YouTube if you want to watch us in action.
You can also find us on social media on LinkedIn, TikTok, and Instagram. Just search Healthcare Uprising to find us. And if you're a new company with a cool new product, if you're someone innovating alternative methods for the health and wellness space, or if you have a personal healthcare journey you'd like to share with us here at The Uprising, please email us at healthcareuprising@gmail.com, and we'll get back to you about coming on the show. Well, that's all for this dose of Healthcare Uprising. Until the next time, keep looking for the good in the world, because sometimes it's where you least expect it.
We are not doctors and we don't play one on TV. If you need medical advice, consult with your physician or a healthcare professional. This has been a Shut Up production.